Okay, well, you got your microphone yet? All right, let me get my microphone.
Why did you like
Ready? 1, 2, 3, here we go. We're going to cross them. We're going to cross them. We're going to applesauce them. Body basics. Body basics. One more time. Here we go. We're going to cross them. We're going to cross them. We're going to applesauce them. Body basics. Body basics. Yeah. Nice job, all of you. Hey, Mira, take a check round, or circle. Give everybody a thumbs up if they're doing a nice job sitting in body basics. You can just do it right from here. Good. You don't even need to move around. Everybody's looking pretty good, aren't they? Awesome. All right, you may go ahead and sit down. Thank you. Well, as you know, this past week we've been talking a lot about biomes and different types of biomes, but especially we've been focusing on the ocean. And last week we started our web of ocean things, and we put up that there were non-living things in the ocean that we learned about. There's ways to travel the ocean. There are plants in the ocean, and also many different kinds of animals. At the end of today's lesson, you are going to be able to make a habitat for living things in the ocean. Mira, do you remember what the definition of habitat means? That's right, it's a home for animals. It's like their natural home, right? A fish tank isn't really a natural home for a fish, but the ocean would be a natural home for a fish, right? So that's its natural habitat. So at the end of our lesson, you'll be able to make a habitat for living things in the ocean. Today we're going to read a story about the ocean, and it's called Oceans. And we're going to finish our ocean web by listing a bunch of animals that we've learned that live in an ocean habitat. And then we'll go through our web and we'll talk more about it. Today's story is Oceans. Just take a look at the front cover of the book. Just by looking at the front cover of the story, do you think this story is fiction or non-fiction? Raise your hand. I won't blurt it out. No, I won't blurt it out. Blaze, what do you think?
non-fiction?
He says non-fiction. Blaze, why do you think non-fiction? And it says what? It's showing real photographs, isn't it? And it's showing real things. So this wasn't just drawn by somebody. It's not cartoony or made up. They're showing you real things. And that usually means non-fiction, right? Non-fiction means real. Fiction means fake. Yes. Yeah, right now that you can wait until we're done. Okay. All right. This story is Oceans by Cynthia Kleigel and Robert Noyd, and they wrote this story. Remember, there's really no illustrator when it's a non-fiction book usually, because it's filled with real photographs, not pictures that people have drawn. Let's go ahead and take a look at oceans. Plants and animals live in many different places. One of these places is the ocean. We know that, right? Because we've talked about many different kinds of biomes, and oceans are just one of those biomes. Yes, Layla?
Why is there so many?
Why is there so much ocean water? What a great question. I wish I knew the answer to that. I guess maybe our Earth needs all of that water.
No,
it
I
needs the
know.
water more than it needs the land.
I know how.
What do you think, Christopher?
Because there needs to be enough room, because sometimes there's animals that lay eggs.
Oh, that's right. There's so many fish, right? What about those giant whales? That we need room for all those giant whales, don't we?
Yeah, like the blue whales here.
That's right. Plants and animals live in many different places. One of these places is the ocean. We just talked about that.
Like the killer whale.
Many plants, fish, and other animals live in the ocean. Most of them live near the surface of the water. Now remember, the surface is like the top of the water, where the water meets the air.
But the night zone is the bottom.
Yeah, many of them live near the surface. Because there's some sunlight that makes the water warmer. Do you think the fish like the warmer water?
What about the killer whale? Yes. What about the killer whale? What about the whale shark?
Well, let's keep reading. We'll see what we find out from this story. That we still have so many questions about the ocean, and we're not done learning about it. But let's listen to the story and see what it answers for us. The ocean can be very deep. The deep water is dark and cold. No sunlight reaches this water. So we know that there's a lot of the animals in the ocean that live near the top where there's sunlight and it's warmer. And then we know that there's the deep, deep, deep sea where it's very dark and cold.
I know what that's called.
I'm going to need you to sit in your pockets, please. Thanks. Christopher, what's that called?
Night zone. And because it's like, because in the nighttime, when we sleep, it's dark.
It's dark, that's right.
And
Just like it's dark in the deep ocean. It's always dark in the deep ocean, though. The sun never shines down there. It's too far down.
There's the sunlight zone and the midlight zone, which is in the middle, and it's all in a cliff.
Wow. Fantastic. You've really been listening, Layla. Many animals have learned how to live in the ocean. There are hundreds of different kinds of fish. Hundreds of different kinds of fish.
1 billion.
Ma'am, I love how you're raising your hand and you're not blurting out. Did you have a question?
And people live in angelfish.
No, people cannot live underwater. Now they can go underwater, like we talked about in the submarine. That will take you underwater, but it would be very difficult to live there for very long. Now, the submarines can stay under there for a while, so people will go down in the submarine and can stay there a while.
Because you can't.
But you can't really live for a long period of time, Catherine.
You can't live down there because you won't be able to breathe.
You wouldn't be able to breathe, would you?
Have oxygen.
You wouldn't have oxygen. Boy, you guys are rocking it and rolling it and grooving to the music. Just amazing. Yes, Mira?
If their house goes underwater and the fish accidentally takes food, they might get sick.
That's very true. Some fish are as small as a pin. Some are bigger than a car. Fish come in many different colors. Well, we know that, don't we? Yes, Sophie. And sizes.
A submarine has gas, so if it runs out of gas, it will sink.
You're right. So it can't stay under there forever, can it? That'd be bad. Some fish can be scary. Sharks and other fish have sharp teeth. Look at that shark.
The sharpest.
Wow, I wouldn't want to come upon him down on the ocean.
It looks like he has lips. Is that what has the weight on it?
Yes, Layla. Thanks for raising your hand, sweetie. I love that.
Sharks have the sharpest teeth in the ocean.
Do they?
In the
No,
whole
that's
entire
gross.
ocean.
Are they the sharpest?
What about the piranhas?
I don't know. Layla says the shark has the sharpest. That would be something. That's a very good inquiry question that we could look up and figure out what the answer is to. I like that one. Let's figure it out.
What about the long shark teeth ones that have the thing when they have that's a swordfish. No, they have that like on it in the deep ocean. Really have the shark.
That's a good question that we can look up later because I'm definitely not sure of the answer. Many fish live in coral reefs. Ooh, we know about coral reefs. What is a coral reef, Sophie?
It's some little plants.
That's right. That's right. It's a living thing that is a plant. And Naoma, what else?
The coral reef is like where lots of coral is.
Well, and the coral's made up of stuff. What's it made up of, Mira?
Coral is probably made of like seaweed or it has pokey stuff on it.
It is hard and sharp, yes.
Coral is in different sizes and they all come together or they can just be in a circle.
Wow. I mean, can you guys just catch your brain a few times because I can tell you've really been paying attention and I'm so impressed. Coral reefs are made up of skeletons of tiny sea animals. Remember how we talked about that? Some of the old bones and things of fish and sea life will make up the coral reefs and they're hard. They kind of look spongy, but they're hard and they scratch.
He's copying me.
The reefs are colorful and very beautiful. Other animals live in the ocean too. They include crabs, eels, whales, dolphins, and turtles. Many animals in the ocean eat ocean plants. Some of those ocean plants, we talked about those. Who knows of an ocean plant? One of them was the coral reef. What's another one? Mary, you got another one? Seaweed. Excellent. And we talked about one the other day, but we haven't talked a lot about it. And it's called what, Cameron? Well, we've got seaweed.
Algae.
Algae. Way to go. Whoa. Pat yourself on the back and say, I'm so smart. I'm so super duper smart. Please raise your hand if you have something to say. Many ocean animals eat plants that grow underwater. Some of these plants look like tall grass, and that would be like the seaweed. Others have bright colors.
Mrs. Gobo.
Yes, Christopher.
I believe piranhas have the sharpest teeth because I have watched a video and there's a piranha that had the sharpest teeth.
And so you believe it's the
And
piranha.
there's the biggest.
Well, I can't wait to look that up. As a matter of fact, I think maybe if we have a little extra time this afternoon, we'll do that. Because I can tell you guys are super interested. Yes, we will. Put your hands down for a moment. The ocean is beautiful and interesting. It is the home to plants and animals that live nowhere else. It is a special place. Yes, Naoma.
I think the coral reef is kind of made out of sharks' teeth because it scratches.
It might. A lot of things harden in the ocean after they've died, and that is what creates these coral reefs, and so it is all very hard. Yes.
The coral reef is like a giant thing center where we went to the garden center.
Is that right?
So really beautiful.
Listen very carefully to me. I'm just going to quickly go around and pair you up. We're going to do a pair share. And I'm going to give you the person you're pairing with. It's just the person next to you. You're going to turn elbow to elbow, knee to knee. And you're going to share one or two animals that you know of that live in the ocean. We're just going to do this for a quick 1 minute. You two start sharing. Pick a friend to go first. You two, elbow to elbow, knee to knee. You and Christopher, elbow to elbow, knee to knee. You two sharing. You two are sharing. You two are sharing, and then Sam's sharing with me. All right.
When are we sharing again?
You're sharing one or two animals that you know of that live in the ocean. We're talking about animals that live in the ocean. Oh, sorry. Forgot. Elbow to elbow, knee to knee. There you go. Elbow to elbow, knee to knee.
They never come back.
Want to come join us? Okay. Elbow to elbow, knee to knee. Go ahead. You said the shark?
I got no marks. What did you say? You know that seahorse?
Oh, the insect. Wow. What animal do you know that lives in the ocean? What's your favorite? Wow. Fantastic. All right, kindergarten in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Show me your toy coyote. Show me your Muddy Basics. Wow. Look at this crew over here. Fantastic. Amazing. You guys are on it today. All right, let's take a look at our web up here. Our biome is oceans. Last week we talked about a few non-living things that lived in oceans.
Rocks.
The first thing we said was
Rocks.
woof, woof.
Water.